Hello everyone, today is Tuesday, March 20th, so it's been exactly 1 week since I started recording for my seedling video. I remember my list here, and I had the other videos afterwards as far as peppers and tomatoes and this and that. So make sure you check those out if you haven't already. So anyway, so as I said, I want to try to do weekly updates at the minimum. Now at this stage, I'm going to show you through my flats here in a minute. There's been some stuff that's come up, there's been some stuff that hasn't come up. And before you think, well, geez, what are you doing wrong? Well, they're not doing anything wrong. Certain things like tomatoes come up within 4 days, they're up sometimes. Peppers can take a week, they could take 2 weeks, depending on if you have bottom heat. Okay, so as you can see here, I got 4 trays. And I got my tub here, if you remember that's where my hydroponic stuff is. And then I got 4 trays over here. So what we'll do is, let's just start right at the hydroponic tray, because it's here. As you can see, there's nothing coming up. And that's not uncommon. Celery definitely takes more than 7 days to come up. I don't know if you probably can't see in that little hole, but the seed coat, because they are pelleted, has started cracking. So these should be up within another week. Now the peppers, see, if you look down in there, you see the white? Maybe on this one. That's not mold. That's actually the first root coming out. So I'd imagine within a few days, the peppers will be back up. And I did now just put them on bottom heat, because I have some other trays, such as my herbs. See, that's some dill coming up, just starting. And at this end here, you can see it, not too bright. This is my eggplant. Things like the parsley and the cilantro, those are just, there's one cilantro. Now these trays do dry out every day, so you have to come back there and you give them a little drink. Now here's the biggest. Look at all these. Remember when I said the cherry tomatoes? Just kind of dump them in there. Now this is a mix of cherry, because these are the ones for me, not the market. But the market ones are over there, and they're coming up. Everything's coming up. Tomatoes don't take long. Once they pop the soil, they're going to start growing like crazy. Over here, I have my chives, which nothing's up yet, and then my basil, which, I hope the lights aren't too bright. You can see tons of basil coming up. Now again, with this type of stuff, you might hear different information, but I put the lights down as close as possible without them touching. Now this, I have it at an angle because of the hydroponic. I don't have a tray. With this type of stuff, you need to put it in a tray that either doesn't have holes or doesn't have cracks, so when you add water to it, it doesn't just leak all over the place. And I unfortunately don't have any new trays handy, so I have in this tub. But anyway, it still works. Now we start getting some things here. These are peppers, and if you see, there's one right there, that's an Anaheim, and there's a couple jalapeno, banana back, and they're just coming up. And then same thing here, more peppers here. I don't have to show you all of these. These are all basically peppers. Now these 2 trays here are on my heat mat, my double mat, because they weren't on heat mats prior. So as soon as something else came up, I switched it off for this. Now, is that the best thing to do? I don't know. I've always done it that way. I've always had success. And you see here some more peppers coming up. And this is a tray of peppers that never had bottom heat. That still has the dome. Nothing's coming up there yet. I'd imagine in a day or 2 they'll be up. Now you may say, well, I thought in your other videos you told me to put domes on, and I did. But my rule of thumb is, as soon as you start seeing some come up, like on this tray here, I can count 1, I think there's 2, 3 that are up. I don't want to lose those 3 that are up, so I take the dome off. Or sometimes I use domes, or I use like just another tray if I don't have a dome, because I only have a certain amount of domes here. So like I said, as soon as they start coming up, even if it's only like 5% or 10%, I take it off, because you don't want to lose the plant, especially like dill like this. Look how thin these stems are, and that's how they come up. It's nothing to do with them stretching or anything. You got to get the light on it, and you got to get the dome off, because if not, they'll start rotting. So anyway, that's the overview of how things are growing. There's not going to be any nothing new planted for probably a couple weeks, but I'll bring you guys back next week, and that way you can see how everything else is growing. Thanks for watching.